What's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Emma if you're new here, and I love to talk about all things Peloton cycling and fitness. So be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. I post every single Sunday. In today's video, I'm excited for and also slightly nervous. I'm going to be doing the 10 by 10 challenge on Peloton. I initially saw this on Facebook. I did try to find the original post. I believe it was a woman who came up with this, but I couldn't find it. So if I can, or if anybody else knows who starts this challenge, I will link it down below. But essentially it is 10-minute Peloton classes, and I think specifically like the extra 10 is mostly what I stuck to. And I've seen a mix of people doing different things, like doing some cycling and then getting off the bike. I'm gonna do all cycling, so it will be an hour and 40 minutes of cycling, which is the longest I've cycled on Peloton. I have done some like 90-minute power zone endurance classes, but this is longer and it's definitely going to be harder. So to make my stack, I just went through filtered by 10-minute length and then sorted by top rated because I figure I might as well be taking the best of the best. And I tried to alternate mostly between like hit rides and climb rides. Those are basically your two choices with 10-minute classes, with also putting a low impact ride in there for some recovery. And I chose all different instructors to keep it fresh during this hour and 40 minutes, a new instructor every 10 minutes, which is surprisingly hard because a lot of instructors like don't do a lot of these. Basically Ben Aldis, Hannah Frankson, Ali Love, and Bradley Rose kind of seemed like the top people that did them, but I found 10 instructors. So I'm going to be checking in between each 10-minute class, but I'll read off the ones I'm doing right now. So I'm going to start off and just pedal out for like a minute or two before getting into it. I thought about starting with a low impact ride, but I thought that would be like too long of a warm up. And the thing with extra 10 classes is there's no warm up, so you just get right on into it. So after I warm myself up, I'm gonna do an extra 10 Tabata ride with Hannah Frankson. I figured I would go hard out of the gate from April 17th, 2023. Then I'm going to do an extra 10 climb ride with Ben Aldis from November 1st, 2022. Then an extra 10 hit ride with Alex Toussaint from May 22nd, 2023. Then a extra 10 climb ride with Ali Love from January 3rd, 2023. So you see I'm like alternating climb and hit. Then for my 5th class, I'm going to do an extra 10 low impact ride with Camila Ramon from May 8th, 2023. Figured that would be a good way to split up my hour and hopefully get a lot of recovery during that 10 minutes. Although we'll see, low impact does not always mean low effort. It depends on the instructor. So hoping Camila will go a little easy on me. Then I'm going to get right back into it with an extra 10 intervals ride by Kendall Toole from February 21st, 2023, followed by an extra 10 climb ride by Bradley Rose from January 9th, 2023. Then we're going to finish it off with just one more hard block. So an extra 10 intervals ride by Hannah Corbin from March 6th, 2023, followed by a 10-minute climb ride by Sam Yo from September 27th, 2022. And for my 10th class, I am doing a 10-minute cooldown ride because I figure I Deserve It by Dennis Morton from April 23rd, 2021. And that is the schedule for today. It's definitely going to be hard. Honestly, I haven't done anything like this like since my marathon. My marathon is going to be harder than this, but this is still going to be quite the challenge. But I'm excited. I think that it's a fun way to mix it up, keep it fresh, you know, try something new. And when I saw this challenge, I just knew that I had to try it out. So let's go knock out these classes and hopefully, you know, crush it. I'm just about ready to start. I have my Cure Hydration all ready and I have more bottled water below as well. Do not want to run out of water. I don't plan on eating during this. An hour and 40 minutes is like kind of right on the edge for me, but I would prefer not to eat and cycle. If I had a goo gel, I would honestly take that, but I don't have any goo gels here, so we're just gonna have to make do. I think it'll be fine. If for some reason I do feel bad, I'll just like stop and go upstairs and get a banana or something. It'll be okay. And I figured I would try to wear as little clothing as possible because I know this is going to be a sweaty workout. So these are just biker shorts from Outdoor Voices. And then this is an Ebb to Train bra from Lululemon. Lululemon headband. I have my sweat towel that's also from Lululemon. It's one of their big towels cut up. I love it. And yeah, I think I'm pretty much ready to get started. Luca has also come for moral support. He'll just face away from me the whole time though. Class 1, let's go. Doing a little warm up before I actually start it. I'm a little scared starting with Tabata.
We're keeping it simple. And we're gonna get it all packed in. Watch us go.
First one down, on to the next. Let's go. Feeling good so far. I mean, that was only the first one. I don't think I'll start feeling it until like 5 or 6. Class 2 is done. That was harder than the first class. I feel like this is going to be a hard one. I anticipate a lot of sprints from Alex. That was the easiest one so far. Lots of sprints, but very low resistance. So feeling good going into number 4. Let's see what Ali Love has in for store for us.
You did it right.
I'm ready for low impact. Please be easy. That Ali Love ride was no joke. The climb rides are actually harder than the hit. This class is easy and the music is so good. She also knows. That class was very easy but nice to bring the heart rate down. And we're ready to go into the last 5 classes. We're halfway through and I still feel really good. This has been fun so far. Let's see how Kendall is.
It's your output. We're gonna be cooking today. Let's go.
Another good song.
Already there, 30 to 35.
Hard, but not as bad as climb rides.
But you know you got
So
more.
still feeling pretty good.
Remember.
I love Bradley. This is gonna be great. I'm excited. Let's hope for good music. This one isn't as hard, but man, it's starting to catch up to me. Final intervals class. Let's go, Hannah Corbin. Also, I have this problem where I skip the intro, but it doesn't skip the intro. But then the class starts. Like she's giving an intro, but the class has already started. That happens to me in like a lot of classes now, but it's only recent.
Did you tackle your initial guide, your initial stacks?
It's really starting to hit me. That was harder than I thought it was gonna be. Final climb ride. I didn't realize this isn't an extra 10, so there's a warm up. But no complaints, I'll take it. My legs are getting very sore now. That was easy at first, the warm up was long. But man, once we started to climb, we just climbed for like 7 minutes straight. Final class, I'm so ready. This ride is crazy easy, which makes sense because it's a warm down. And no complaints because I'm tired. We did it. I definitely need to stretch though. My legs are very tight. Let's go with my fave Bradley. We did it. Quite a range in outputs, but I'm proud of myself. I do have final thoughts, but I am so sweaty. I need to shower first. I have now showered and recovered so I can talk about my 10x10 challenge experience. I tried to give a lot of my thoughts throughout it, but I definitely have a lot of final thoughts as well. First off, it was actually a lot more fun than I thought it was going to be, and it also went faster than I thought it would feel. Like it felt like there was always something new because each class was only 10 minutes to look forward to, and going through all the classes kind of made it entertaining enough that it didn't feel like an hour and 40 minutes of working out, which is always a good thing, although I was definitely feeling it in my legs at the end. I really didn't know what to expect because I haven't done a long cardio workout like this in a while, but man oh man, towards the end I could definitely feel it in the legs, especially with the climb rides. I thought that really built up a lot of tension because for the most part, those rides, you were just adding on more and more resistance, and then maybe you take it off and get like a 1-minute recovery, but then you would do it again, essentially just climbing up a big hill for all 10 minutes. in general, I think that the hit rides were easier than the climb rides because in the hit rides you had recovery, and when there was recovery, I really took it. Like I put my resistance down to, 35 to 38. That's fairly low for me, and really enjoy the recovery, especially towards the end of the challenge. I was getting tired. If I did this again, which I actually would not be against doing it again, I thought it was like a fun thing to do. You just need the time to do it. I think that I would stay with not having a warm-up class because I feel like the warm-up classes just really drag out, especially for 10 minutes. And most of the classes that I did, even though they said there was no warm-up, had 1 minute of spinning out at the beginning. So it's not a warm-up, but I think they even want to just like get you back into it from your last ride. So you have a little bit of a warm-up built in, and then I just pedaled a little bit before I even started and felt like that was a fine warm-up. I think it was good to like do hit first, get some spin-ups in, and then start hitting the climbs. I like that I alternated hit and climb because I don't think it would be bad doing a bunch of hits in a row, but doing the climbs in a row, like you are climbing for the 10 minutes. So definitely harder. Ben Aldis's 10-minute climb was easily the hardest class, and I had the highest output for that, 104. Then my lowest output was the cooldown ride. It was by Dennis. Very, very easy. My output was only 50, but I was really feeling it at that point. So no real complaints. It was pretty easy though. And then my second lowest ride was the low impact ride, which I actually did really like putting in the middle, although I feel like I didn't need it yet. I think if I was to redo it, I don't know, I would try putting it later in the 10x10 because I feel like once I was at like the 8th and 9th class was really when I was the most tired. And I would also consider not having the cooldown be part of the 10x10 challenge. I've kind of seen like mixed things. I mean, there's not really defined rules for this, so I just put it in, but I think that I could have squeezed like one more, at least low impact ride, get a little something more just because the cooldown ride was very, very easy. But by the time I got to it, like I wasn't complaining as well. I also thought that the music choices overall were really good. I think when the instructors only have 10 minutes, they're going to pick like the best songs possible because it's not a 30 or 45-minute class. They're only going to pick the most hyped songs. So I thought the music was really good. I really liked that. Another thing, instead of having a warm-up ride, you could pick a 10-minute ride that has warm-up in it, so not an extra 10 class. Kind of like my last Sam Yo class I took, which I didn't realize it wasn't an extra 10. That's on me, but there was a 2 to 3 minute warm-up in it, which I was like, oh no, this class is going to be too easy. But then the next 7 minutes, Sam really gets you to work. So that's also something that you could do if you didn't want to dedicate one of your 10 minutes to warm up. Besides that, the rides were good. I think the only other thing to call out is that the 10-minute climb ride by Bradley Rose was more of a jog situation. Like all the other climb rides, you were just adding resistance, and Bradley, you had like jog pushes out of the saddle, which really killed me, especially that late in the game. And I wasn't expecting that from Bradley. And I also thought like some of the instructors that I consider harder, like usually when I take Alice Toussaint class, I consider that fairly hard. Like I thought that his extra 10 ride was easy compared to others. So just know you don't know what to expect going in. I try to organize it where it'd be like a little bit easier at the end, but yeah, I did not organize it correctly. You never really know with these classes. But overall, adding up all my output over the 10 classes, I had an output of 882, and my Apple Watch says I burned 879 calories and I went 31.16 miles. So, you know, not bad for a workout day. Definitely the longest I've biked in quite some time. Honestly, probably since the Donut Derby last year. So it was a fun thing to do. I'm not going to go out and redo this challenge like next week, but I'd be open to it in the future. It was a fun thing to do, creative way to take a lot of these 10-minute classes. I typically don't add them to the end of my workout. Sometimes I do it with running more, but with cycling, I'm usually good with just like a 30 or 45-minute class. So it was fun to take these and see the instructors. The music was good. And I liked that every 10 minutes there was something new to look forward to, a completely new instructor. So let me know your thoughts on this challenge. Would you try it? And if so, how would you structure it? I would be curious, and I'd also take advice on how I should be structuring this, because I think I did an okay job, but I think it could be even better. I hope you guys are staying safe, having an awesome week, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!